Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday Live with Alan and Greg and our guest, Flossy from the Grape Jelly Library. And say hello to
Hey, everyone.
everyone in the chat room. If we got people in the chat room, make a comment. So, how are things going for everyone?
Floss?
Oh, me?
Yeah. You're the guest. You go first.
Yeah, no complaints. Everything's going smoothly, happily. Oh, me?
Oh, God. Sorry about that. We're a real professional show here, right?
Hey, we're network quality.
So do you have a good day, Floss?
I've got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn.
I didn't hear you, Greg.
I said, if you believe we're network quality, I have a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's been a good day, but it went fast for me. I bit my tongue. I mentioned, so I if I sound like a more of a idiot, you know why? Then my allergies are off the chain.
All right.
It's been raining all week, and it's gonna stop raining like Sunday. So, but the sun kind of comes out a little sometimes.
Yeah, well, we desperately need rain here in Virginia. We're getting drought.
Oh.
It rained a little bit yesterday, but not enough.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I don't mind the rain.
Hello,
I can't believe
Kat.
how long we've gone without rain.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
The month before we had days of like almost downpour all day long, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like that Vietnam scene in Forrest Gump, with sometimes the rain comes down, sometimes sideways, sometimes up at you. Like living in an Eskimo living in, like they have 100 words for snow. There's all kinds of different types of rain.
Say hello to Kaju.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
James.
Yeah, we're all on MJ's channel, and
I think so.
Hopped over.
Just Book Girl TV.
Busy night. Hi, Jess.
MJ. Hello,
Hi,
MJ. MJ, the super chat did not show up. Maybe because I scheduled this before.
Oh.
That's all right.
Is super chat where you can give tips?
Yeah, it's super chat is where you can give tips. MJ convinced me on our show tonight that I should turn it on.
That's funny. That will be interesting, man.
I don't. You mean
if we're getting tips?
I don't mind. The problem is, like, I really don't need the extra money. You know.
Yeah, I know.
And that's why I sometimes feel guilty.
We'll have to find out a place to donate it. Like the cat.
My local SPCA. Yeah, I could definitely do that.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Time Travel Reads.
Oh yeah, I know her channel.
Yep. Then catchy. A lot of us came from MJ's channel.
Yeah, I'm tempted to I'm tempted to give some unasked advice here, but as if I feel like I know some of these people, and when I don't, I feel like, oh yeah, you should do this. You might try this.
Yep. Oh, lovely seeing people. It's a nice gesture if people support your channel. Yes, donate to shelters.
I can definitely tell you what not to do to expand your channel.
Play guitar?
Yeah, don't post up all your little hobbies all the time. I was posting up guitar, artwork. Here are my new drawings. Check out my etchings, and but God, what's Oh, I won't tell you really. I'll tell you privately, anyone. But yeah, I do. If I had to do my channel all over again, I would do it quite differently. And I might change my name first of the year, the channel name, just to Alan770.
Doesn't have the ring of Big Hard Books and Classics.
Yeah. Well, I'll debate it and talk to you guys about it.
All right.
So
Kevin says, "Hey everyone, read all day. Finished up Lovecraft Country by Matt Ruff. It is an older book. I don't think it's that old, but
the bio, isn't it?
it was beyond 5-star read. One of those novels you always hope to come upon. I think I have that on my Kindle. I'm pretty sure I do."
Well, I thought he was referring to the biography. Isn't the biography the latest one titled that too?
No, there is a novel called Lovecraft County by Matt Ruff. I think that was published in 18 or 20, something like that.
Kevin, I swear there's something that came out, with Man of the Mountain, or had Mountain in the title of it. I know the Mountains of Madness is a story in here, but
Mountains of Madness is 30s.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Flossy. So normally we start off with people just talking about a book they've recently read or a book that they want to highlight for whatever reason. And as a guest, you get to go first.
Okay, so I'm just not a moviegoer. Not that I don't like them, but there are like things about a movie I don't like stabbings, killings, blood, screaming, that kind of thing. But I could read a book about anything and just visualize it myself, but I don't have to take it as dramatically as a movie would. So I'm never going to see Misery, and everybody around me that sees I'm reading the book is wanting to tell me about this certain part. And I wanted to finish it yesterday, but I didn't. I'm probably like 170 pages and I haven't got to that part, but somebody commented that it's so horrific that you can feel the horror. You could feel it. And I'm so afraid to get to that part, but I'm, again, so excited. And I never thought I was going to love this book, but I love this book.
Okay.
Oh, great.
I'm pretty sure I know the scene they're talking about.
Yeah, I think I do too. And I think you'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Well, the thing is, you don't know it's coming until you read it.
I keep anticipating it, but we never quite get there.
I read it when it first was published. So was it published in the early 90s, mid 90s?
I think.
So it's been a few years since I've read it.
So I've only read 2 Stephen King. I read It and Holly.
Okay.
And I can't say that I was impressed by either one of them. And I couldn't quite go there where everybody else was, where like Stephen King, he's it. But now I can see. I find him quite humorous in his, like, the way he speaks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're supposed to laugh in these kind of books, but he has me laughing with the things that he says.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Well, for instance, he was talking about Annie having a heart attack, and you refer to it as a chest buster, and that is not funny, but it's funny to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't remember that. So, but yeah.
I just must have a special sense of humor.
Yeah. I mean, Greg and I have been reading King for a long time, like decades, numerous decades. And I defend him every chance I get, which isn't often. You don't come across someone who just like hates Stephen King and thinks he sucks, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would these days, but I used to.
I used to read King very faithfully when I was like in high school. I'd always rush out and get the newest book when it came out. And in those days, we had this bookstore called Crown Books. I don't know if people remember Crown Books, but they were a discount bookstore. And what happened is if it made the New York Times bestseller list, the book went 40% off.
Wow. Yeah, you can't beat that.
So I always had to wait until it went 40% off. And it usually was like a 2-week delay.
Yeah.
When Crown Books used to put it up. So I I always used to get them, and then right around it was the mid '90s where you had like Needful Things or Insomnia.
Mm-hmm.
I just got tired of Stephen King.
Oh, I liked it. Insomnia. I still remember it. That old guy,
Yep.
and because I'm an insomniac too. But some of the regulators are in there, if I'm not mistaken. You know, people hanging up shoes by telephone wires and.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, did you get tired of him because you found that he was repetitive?
I started to dislike his storytelling style. That as I've gotten older, I've gotten very and this is an old story for most people who know my channel, is that I get very skeptical of magical and supernatural things. I can take a little bit, but Stephen King just opens those floodgates at the end of every book. And it's just like, I'm going to throw every magical ability I can think of at this story and just see where it goes. And that doesn't work for me. It stopped working for me around that time. And so I just stopped reading him. I've been going back over the past few years and picking up some of his books again and really enjoying them. But I still see that issue that I have, is that I wish he would not use a sledgehammer and use just a little tiny paring knife when he throws that supernatural stuff at people.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Now, Misery, I don't think it's any supernatural at all. That's all.
That's what I was thinking.
Suspense.
I don't think so either. Now I'm thinking, though, does it? And if it does, I can't remember the supernatural.
Oh, that has tons of it. He's just throwing everything at the wall and sees what sticks.
In it? Mm-hmm. Now, are we going to reread that next year with Ben?
Yes. It's going to be our March of the Mammoth, I think.
Yeah.
We've got a number of people who want. Bad as Rad wants to join. You want to join. Someone else wanted to join, and I forgot. And I'm going to be it's really embarrassing when someone wants to join your group and you forget who they are.
Yeah.
But I'll make an announcement. Someone will just join, and everything will be fine. Let's catch up on some comments. Gareth says, "Stay big and hard, Al."
You're right, big hearted Gareth. Maybe I will.
Constance, evening. I know this isn't the biscuit show, but I'm shoveling in my Oreos anyway. Well, good for you. Yeah. I had a little Debbie treat before I started the show to get my sugar rush going.
Did you say a tree or a tree?
A little Debbie.
Tree?
Little Debbie, the ho-hos.
Oh, I thought you meant a Christmas tree.
No.
Oh.
No. And I like hard cookies, like little hard oatmeal cookies or almond cookies or the Chinese peanut butter cookies, the kinds you can put your drink on. Those kind of biscuits I like, and gravy on.
Well, now see, there's one of the big issues in life. Do you like your cookies chewy or crunchy?
Yeah, crunchy for sure.
I'm chewy. Floss?
Half-baked.
You like chewy?
I'm half-baked.
All right. And if you're watching, leave a comment. Crunchy or chewy? Easy.
Yeah, I mean, they're both good, especially those Chips Ahoy. I like the hard ones, but
they're too hard. Feels like you're eating a brick.
Yes.
It was from 1916. Matt Ruff, Lovecraft County. Sci-fi that deals with Jim Crow era in the United States. Constance saying hi. Pat saying hi.
Hi.
Booker is tomorrow. I haven't read them all, but James was great.
Mm-hmm.
You read James, Alan. What about you, Floss?
No.
Retelling of Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. A retelling. Mm-hmm. And then he has a lot of weirdness in that too. Like and then I'm thinking of his book The trees. The trees really was wild. It really affected me. And now I'm into another one of his.
MJ has a question. Question for Flossy when you guys are ready. Floss, your channel is amazing. What are your favorite videos to create on BookTube? And what are your favorite video to watch as a viewer on YouTube?
Okay. So I don't like book hauls. For me, because I don't like my method of just reading what's on the back of the book. But that's the amount of time that I have to invest into that. So that's what I'm doing now. Maybe sometime down the line, I'll actually, research it and just do a little like my own. But probably for me, if you notice, my pattern is read a book, do a review, read a book, do a review. I love tags, but for some reason, I just never get to them. Sometimes I feel like a tag leaves me with just a big mess because I'm pulling this book and this book and this book, and then I got 50 books to put back. But I do love a tag. I think my favorite videos to watch from other YouTubers are definitely the tags that tell me a little bit more about the booktuber. I like to know a little bit of the background about the person that I'm watching. That way I connect with them more, because almost always, whether like they'll like something and I can find a way to connect with that. I'm the positive in anything. So even though I might have said, well, I wasn't going that way, but now that they said that, I'm influenced by that and I will go that way. And then I feel closer to that booktuber. So I like tags that are personal.
Cool. Yeah.
Now, did you do Pat's the Joy of a BookTube community tag or whatever it's titled?
No, I have
perfect for you.
I have tags to do probably from 6 months ago.
So do I. But see, my problem is I try not to release too many videos in a week. I really say 2 or 3 at the most. And I usually have a wrap-up video on a Mondays. Although recently I've been doing my top 12 in certain genres, which have been doing much better than my wrap-up videos by a huge amount.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to do one of those. MJ gave me an idea too.
I swear I did my top 12 horror novels I want to reread. I'm at 5.1 thousand views on that video.
Wow. Yeah, it's a lot.
Now
it's close to being my most viewed video.
There was an advertising class that I took, and they swore that people love numbers and they love like top 10, best 3, 5 under 5. They love that number sell. And I don't know the theory behind it, but they're convinced of it. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
Well, all I can say is since I've been doing that series, those videos, the least successful one was double what I normally get. And then after that, it just got exponentially more. So I'm saying wow, that's much better than a wrap-up video, at least for view purposes. And individual book reviews, I'm sorry, they just tank.
Yeah, and that's what we do, Flossy. That's what I do too.
Do you know, when I started watching BookTube, I did not even know there was such a thing. And so I just found this girl, and I was religious to her, and I would clean and listen to her in the background, and then she would recommend a book, and then like a fool I'd go get it, and that was that. I was perfectly happy and content. And then I tried to watch 2 others, and they were okay, but they just weren't that girl. And then that was the extent to my BookTube. When I would post a book on Facebook, and MJ would say, start a book channel, and I'd go, and then couple months start a BookTube, and I'm like, yep, one day. And then start a BookTube. Yeah, I'll start a BookTube. And I was never going to start a BookTube. I was humoring myself, actually. And then one day she texted me, I started a booktube. Here is the link. And I turned her on in my parlor on this huge TV, and I saw her, and I got chills, and I got a smile from ear to ear. And I was like so proud of her and so happy for her. And then that was my defining moment. I'm going to start a booktube channel. Now I was introduced to a whole different booktube world than what I knew. Because I thought booktube was talking about romance novels or whatever book came out, and then a couple classics here or there. But you and Alan and Quaint and Curious Reads and Book Chat with Pat and all of them, that's a booktube I did not know. And I'm still not like privy to the ins and outs of, because I don't put very many videos out. I'm going to start to, but I'm still totally new to it, even though I'm almost 3 years into it. Everybody knows more about booktube than I do at this point.
Nobody tells me anything, Floss. I'm
the
last to know anything.
Yeah.
Really
All right. Alan, before we get to your books, let's catch up with some the chat room because we're running behind.
Okay.
Actually, Pat, I'm going to save your question for later. I want to get to you, but let's just get it after our books are done. Oh, Elaine is the other person for it. Sorry, Elaine.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You were in the Salem's Lot discussion. Of course, you were part of the it. My old brain, it has to work that way. The same question as Pat. Let's save that. Great minds, Diane. Good evening. Nicole. Hi, Flossy. Nice to meet you. Greg and Alan. How are you? We're all doing good. Okay, now we're getting into some cookies. Kaju says chewy. Fred says happy Monday. Angela is crunchy.
Oh, yes.
Patrash is crunchy.
Going too fast, Greg.
Oh, no.
You're going too fast. No, I'm not keeping track.
I am. Crunchy's winning by 2. Here is MJ likes them both, but half is the bet, half baked. So 2 to 3, 2 to 4.
Now, we were talking about you, Dusty Book Sniffer, and I forgot your name, because I wanted to go check out your channel today. I know it begins with an S. See, it's weird, isn't it, to have people like talking about you who you don't know?
Oh, this is a very crunchy night. Hannah says, I never had a little Debbie treat, but I've been reading the ridiculous number of leftover Halloween candies. Mini, I love the mini Reese's.
Me too. I like to freeze them.
Dang it, I want cookies. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
All right, yay, Reese's.
I know Gareth likes soft cookies. Now watch you come back and say, damn it, Al.
People saying hi. Everyone smash the like button. That'd be nice. Read by Fred. Congrats, Elaine. Diane likes my 12 videos series. I'm so glad you started your channel, Flossy.
Oh, thanks.
Amazing story, Floss. Yep. People are the secret. The good part of the books are just a bonus. Yeah, that's true. Every channel has its own flavor. Love your channel. Lane says you're younger than me. Flossy was my grandmother's first name, not a nickname.
Wow. It is an unusual name.
Well, it's more. It's not Flossy. Is not your given name.
No.
I'm gonna say it, but I hate it with all my might.
Well, don't bother. People don't need to do it then.
No,
I know what it is.
So my name is Florence. Right?
Yeah, of course.
And I say, and my sister's name is Noelle, and my other sister's name is Gail. And I say to my mom, you were either smoking marijuana when you named me, because how do you look at a 1-day-old baby and say Florence? Because you just don't.
Huh.
But she swears by it, and I'm all right with it, I guess. I was named after my grandmother.
And then I get Floss, but yeah, well,
everybody at work calls me Flo, but the people that work around me call me Flossy or Floss. That's what I prefer. I think, like, this is how I think. Like, my father is the only one that calls me Florence, and I don't like it, but he says it's going to stay that way. So what am I going to do? But I feel like those who call me Flossy are like my close-knit friends.
oh,
You know?
Okay.
Now, yeah, I learned. I didn't know that. I knew you knew MJ, and you guys lived by each other and that, but I didn't know that you knew each other beforehand.
Yeah, a running group. We both joined a running group, and we didn't know each other, and that's how we met.
Running?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, I used to be a smoker. I loved, now this is bad, but I loved cigarettes. I did. I was like, not like Dean Martin with a glass and a cigarette, but I just loved cigarettes. But
I did too.
What was that?
I did too. I love cigarettes.
I quit when I was 32, and then I quit for 4 years. And my husband smoked, but he could quit on the drop of a dime. And 4 years into my quit, he said, let's go buy cigarettes. And I'm like, we don't smoke. And he goes, but we could just sit on the wall and have one. And then that led to me smoking. And he probably smoked for 3 years and then quit. But I said, don't look at me because I ain't quitting. So I smoked until I was 42. And then I quit. And when I always loved to watch a runner glide gracefully down the road. And when I quit for good, I thought, I'm going to try this running thing. But I was only like 1 year quit, so my lungs weren't really healed. But I think I did the running for about 6 years. And it got better, but it never was what it should be. But I was so proud because I took myself 8 miles without stopping. So
that's
really, I was getting there.
I have a couple things.
Never do that.
As we talk about cigarette, every now and then, and I quit in the 90s, I still get a craving for one.
Yeah.
It just hits me all of a sudden like I'm picking up a pen and I'm holding the pen like a cigarette.
Oh.
It's like I know it's like you have. I think you have a pen, but it's just like Alan's doing that. Yeah, it's part of your psyche.
Yeah.
And then I did a 5K.
It's insidious.
That was like 10 years ago. And
Right.
I finished just under the halfway point, or the median point for my age group. So it's like 51% did better than me, and I was like the 49th percentile. But for my first 5K, I guess that was fine.
My first 5K, the only thing behind me was the cop car.
Yeah,
but
I'm currently smoking, but I'm.
What was that, Alan?
I'm currently smoking and have been. I've quit before for years and started like you. But and Greg says to quit cold turkey, and I think he might be right. But I have like Nicorette gum. I'm getting Chantix, which I've tried before.
Alan, this is how I quit smoking. Is that I was working in an office and they let you have cigarette breaks,
right?
And then we got bought out and we transferred to a new department, and the manager said there are no breaks for work. And we go, like you get a 15-minute break between your lunches. No, that's only for hourly people. Your salary. You don't get a break. So I couldn't go out and smoke a cigarette left on lunch. And it's like, and this woman was really mean. It's like, if you're going to the bathroom, leave me a note.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that.
So I was limited that I could not smoke at work on lunch break.
Yeah.
And then I bought a new car, And I decided I'm not going to stink up my new car with
No.
cigarette smoke. So I wasn't smoking in my car, wasn't smoking at work. And then one night I was at home. We lived in a townhouse, and there was this little shop, 5-minute, 6-minute walk away, but it was raining, and I was out of cigarettes, and I didn't want to say, "Oh, just screw it, I'm just going to quit."
Mhm.
And that's how I quit. So Alan, if you want to quit, make rules for yourself, like you will not smoke at a certain place or a certain time.
Yeah, like inside my apartment.
Okay.
Do you see what happened? You didn't plan it. It's just the way that circumstances led you into it.
Yeah.
And I didn't plan it either time. The last time I didn't plan it, it might have rolled around my head every once in a blue moon, but I wasn't going to do anything about it. And the one day I was coming back from the bank, I was coming back from work. I went to the bank and I was on my way back. And I just said out loud, "Are you in or are you out, Floss?" And I thought for like a nanosecond and I said, "All right, I'm in." And I always had 3 packs of cigarettes at all times because I never wanted to go daily for them. So every 3 days I would go. So I throw all my cigarettes in the garbage can and my boss is like, "What are you doing?" No, I'll take them. And then he said to me like years later, "When you were doing that, I didn't think you were going to do it. I said, she'll never do it, but I did it." So that's my advice. If you plan it, then you're going to fight yourself. So just do what you're going to do. And then one day it'll just happen. It will.
Well,
it happens.
I mean, just let it happen.
I'll keep trying. I've quit before, like I said, and if I can quit again, I won't pick it up again.
All right, so we're really behind on comments. So let's say hi to Farah.
Hi, Farah.
Hey, Farah.
Is Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
Kevin, chocolate chip starting out crunchy, but being transformed in milk or coffee. All right, hi. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Woody did the thumb smash thing. Here's a question. Flossy, I see a wreath in the background. Have you started decorating for Christmas? If not, when do you typically start?
Well, I used to run around like a nut decorating. Santa Claus is coming, blah, blah, blah. And then when my son moved out, I started thinking, like, I don't even get to see the outside of my house decorated. That's for the neighbors. That's not for me. And so, like, I work 40 hours. I don't really like, my attic is one of those pull down things. I don't really like to be going up and down. No. My husband has arthritis, so it's hard for him to help me get the stuff down. So, and then all that work. So my typical would be to decorate the week right after Thanksgiving. And then guess what? January 1st, it's all down and back up. All down and back up. But the last year, I didn't even decorate. I put a tree up, couple lights, and that's about it. I don't have anybody, in the house. It would be just for me and just for my husband. Oh. I feel it's a lot of work for,
I see what you mean. I was thinking about your library in general because I always say that you have my favorite library because you decorate it so well. And
Thank you.
Are you decorating for like? I put up some autumn things. That's what I do. You do
I'd love to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, just some drums and stuff, and
Yeah.
What else? Got a deer head up there.
So,
what was that comment, Greg?
Alan Dusty Bookshelf is Nicole's channel.
Oh, okay.
And the link is here.
Oh, thanks. I know the channel. I just forgot her name, but thanks.
So, Gareth says, if a cookie biscuit is soft, it's been left out too long, crunchy all the way.
Oh, see.
Most people are crunchy cookie people. Hannah's,
I
my
thought
great
Gareth,
grandmother was Cinderella, called
I,
Cindy.
I thought Gareth was soft biscuits, but
Nope.
he said cookie.
MJ loves smoking too.
Oh, you did,
So did
MJ?
Nicole.
Oh, you did?
I was allergic to cigarette smoke, but grew up Poland in the 80s, and everyone smoked, even doctors in offices.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
E-
Crazy.
Even the cartoons.
Mm. Yeah,
Yes,
I've got vapors and everything. And
I remember when you were on an airplane that the last, 12-seat rows were smoking section or something?
oh, yeah, I remember that. With that ashtray and the armrest.
Yep.
I remember my mom smoking in department stores, and then you just threw your butt on the floor and you just
Crazy,
went
huh?
and looked at another rack.
Well, Criminale did a video, a short, was it today or yesterday, about disturbing things you can find in books. And he pulled out an old book with a cigarette ad.
Yeah.
And he
He's
says,
got one, you know.
publishers willing to kill their customers. And I kind of commented that, people didn't see cigarettes as killers back then.
No.
You
They
know,
really didn't.
it'd be like seeing like a stick of chewing gum. If you.
Oh, I
I
can't
just
hold the damn is.
I just saw a thing where somebody asked, why did on the I Love Lucy show, why did they smoke so many cigarettes? And that's because RJ Reynolds paid them to smoke the cigarettes on that show.
Oh,
Mhm. Wow. Yeah, Ollie put a bunch of funny ads in the
oh
garbage
yeah.
about smoking, and I think here's another one.
There were 2 cigarette ads in the
Yeah.
Garbology.
Here's that one that looks like a Marlboro ad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Garbology. Check it out. Available where all good books are
Hey,
sold.
Dad. I'm only how many minutes late saying hi to you? Only about 11 minutes. That's not too bad.
It's not too bad. Pretty bad.
People just saying hi. When people are saying hi, I'm just sort of scrolling through rather quickly. James says Nicorette is a waste of money. Oh, a question for you, Flossy from Bad. I had a question, Floss.
Okay.
Do you donate your decor or give it away? Where do you get your creative ideas and inspiration from? Love your library. It's a beautiful place. And
It
with
is.
that question, I am going to go back up to the questions that I skipped a long time ago from Pat and someone else asking you, where did you get the inspiration for the Grape Jelly Library? Saying, how did it
Okay.
get its name?
All right. So first I'll answer Bad's question. I am the type of person that would give you the shirt off of my back. There have been so many times somebody said, I like your ring, and I will take it off and I will give it to them.
I can attest to that. You gave me this mug.
I was standing in a department store buying a purse, and some other lady liked the purse that I had. So I dumped it all into like a shopping bag and gave her the purse.
You
And
did?
then, you know what? I love stuff. I love stuff. I am materialistic, but it doesn't mean shit to me. So if somebody wants something, I give it. You can have whatever you want. That's
I
how
can
I
attest to
roll.
that.
Yeah, that's how I roll. Okay, so now where did I get? Now this is a story, but I'll be brief about it. So this was my son's bedroom, and it was a small room and a small room, and we had to do the whole upstairs, the walls. And so when they were doing that, I said, can you knock a hole in the middle and make it one big room? And he said, yeah.
Nice.
So then I did it all up to the nines. And then he became a teenager. And then it's vapes and Gatorade bottles and this and that and this. And then one day he just, got himself a girl and moved out. And I just had this room shut for maybe 2 years. Then my husband said, we need to do something with that room. And I didn't have plans.
With a pool table
When I
in it.
opened the door, I was like, are you kidding me? We literally had to put garbage cans out the window
Oh.
and just start throwing out the window soda bottles, you name it, everything. And I'm like, if he was home, I'd kill him because, but anyways, I ripped the rug out, everything. And I don't have anything white in my house because I like color, but I was so bothered by this that I painted everything white. I wanted shelves white, walls white, everything as clean as I could be. And then I said, I need a carpet in here. And I don't like the color purple. It used to be my favorite color when I was little, purple and red. But as I grew older, purple became one of my least favorite colors. And so when I was looking for carpeting, I said, look at that purple carpet. I'll take it. And they came and they installed it and I loved it. And when the sun shone in, it looked like grape jelly. And I thought, I have a new grandbaby now and I want her to be a reader. So I want to relate it on a kid's level so she could connect with it. And that's why.
I see. Wow. That's a great
cool.
story. Yeah. I still would have put a pool table in it if it were if I had a big ass space like that.
Yeah.
It's one of my little dreams.
I know. I mean, my basement would be perfect for a pool table.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't play pool, so
you could keep your books. And I know it would fit.
Hold on, I'm gonna just for people who've never seen.
Yeah, awesome.
Now, Chris, if she still keeps her garden stuff there,
yeah, she does.
Yeah, you could still put it. You might have to move your other computer and desk.
No, I could. I have a round table that I never use. It easily accommodate. Hold on.
You could definitely do it easily.
But the problem is, I would then have to spend time learning how to shoot pool.
Mm-hmm. I know how to play foosball too.
Why have a pool table if you never shoot pool? You know.
No, but there's a big billiard hall too in my neighborhood that I have to take a bus to downtown Hollywood, not downtown Portland, but they're in districts out here anyway. But you can gamble, eat there, so like breakfast, lunch, dinner. But it's primarily a pool hall. It's pretty nice. When my father departs, I'm going to get one of his pool cues. It has like pearl inlays in it, but I grew up on pool and foosball and pinball, and yeah, still think about it a lot. The '80s and that.
So, Fred, my first 5K was a couple years back. Did it in 24 minutes. Always wanted to try a 5. That's pretty. I think that's pretty good.
I think it's real good. Yeah, that's impressive, Fred. I think that all you guys are impressive running.
It was. Now, when I said I ran a 5K, that's running. Maybe a little bit of an exaggeration. More, it's like sort of a fast jog or a little bit faster than a walk, but I made it.
Mm-hmm.
James, cold turkey is the way. Hi, everyone. I suggest everyone run at least one marathon in their life. I ran NYC in 2015 at 51 years old. Wow. Having focused, something, Kevin, I agree. I'm glad I ran that 5K. But when I finished it, I just said, I'm done.
Yeah, it's a long way for me.
Now I'm 60. Maybe I should try it again at 60. Who knows?
How many steps do you get in a day, Greg? I know you can try.
It really depends on the weather. If it's too hot or too rainy, I don't walk as much. But on a cool morning, and I love it when the air is really brisk and you kind of need a jacket on when you're walking. See, I feel that's my favorite time to walk. But if it's like hot and muggy and you're in a t-shirt, I just want to get back inside.
But so how many steps? Like 10,000 or
something like that? I don't really. It's on my watch. but I don't really.
Oh, you don't?
I can look it up.
No, that's well.
How many did I do today? Today was not as many because it's housekeeper day, and so I had to be back at the house quicker than I normally do. I can't find my steps. Hey Siri, open steps. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Bad has a question. Ham or turkey?
Probably both for her.
What about Flossy? What do you for ham or turkey?
Neither.
Neither.
No, I'm a vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian, okay. And Alan?
Both. But turkey if you twist my arm. But I like spiral hams.
I'm ham all the way. I do not like turkey.
No.
Nope.
I just bought some
turkey as a kid at Thanksgiving, and ever since then I said, nope, I don't want it.
What happened as a kid? I didn't hear that.
You were forced to eat a Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, and you did.
All the family gathered around. You got to dress up. You got to put on your best outfit. And going like, no.
Oh, geez, great! I have such fond memories of Thanksgiving. You have a picture of my sainted grandmother right over there. But I bought some turkey today. I like smoked sliced turkey with Gouda cheese and lettuce. Gouda. A lot of people don't know that.
James, it takes 3 days for nicotine to detox from your system. After that, it is just habit. White knuckle for 3 days, and you're past you're past the worst of it.
Yeah, drink a lot of water and walk. I've done it before. It gets easier and easier.
Okay, here's another one for you, Floss. What was your all-time best book of the year so far and the worst?
This year, gosh, I was thinking about what I was going to say. Like I thought maybe I would say it was the new release of Lisa Marie Presley's book, because there was a lot of tea spilt in that book.
Right.
But
you like Elvis a lot too.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like his family does him dirty. I'm not a fan of Priscilla, and I feel like she could have represented her father better. She didn't have to be married 4 times and all that, but
right.
It's not my favorite book. I don't think I've read my favorite book of the year yet.
Oh.
I really don't.
Okay.
I know for sure last year it was the Henry Winkler book, and I didn't see that coming. But oh my God, he's just a lovely human being.
Yeah, okay. He is.
Yeah.
He comes up here to Portland too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, does like the AM talk shows.
Yeah.
And Big League Junior comes up here all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Fonz is known for being like advocate for the homeless, like on the street. He puts boots on the floor, serves the people. I want to read that people that Lisa Marie. It's actually her daughter. Right after Lisa Marie died, her daughter wrote the book.
Finished it. Yeah, she listened to the tapes and then wrote the book. Yeah.
And her daughter became this actress in her own right too.
Yeah, the Henry Winkler book, the more you read, the more you liked him. And here's a tell of the book. I didn't know that he did not get along with his mother, that his mother really treated him badly. But when he became somebody rich and famous, then she would go around saying, that's my boy, that's my boy.
Wow.
And then when she died, he didn't even want to get on a plane and go to her funeral.
Mm.
But that's just the family dynamics. But he's a lovely person, and that was
she must have really treated him bad.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Well, I want to read that Presley book though. I have it on hold, waiting.
I started this challenge and I was like, I forgot all about Tom Petty's wife, Jane Petty, wrote a book and it's coming out in December. And I used to love Tom Petty and I want to read that. So I'm probably gonna have to ask for a gift.
Me too. Well,
no, Alan, you're not on that. You're not on the Read What You Own challenge.
Yeah, I thought I would be me?
No, Alan's not. I think you're doing that, Floss, right?
Yeah, and I thought I would be like a smart ass and pull it out of the hat, and I ended up pulling 100 books. I've never read 100 books in my life.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I can do it, yeah, but it's going to be hard because I'm going to get an itch to bookshop. I love the bookshop.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm a betting man, Flossy, but
I'll do it.
Place is 6 and 8 with odds. I like to bet, but I don't know how much I'll do it. We're going to be buddy reading this
tomorrow.
Yeah, starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I read some new books from time to time. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I read that for the BookTube prize earlier this year.
Yeah.
Did you rank it in your top 3?
It was my top ranked book for the section that I read. Now, the other problem is, out of the 6 books that I read, only one other book I liked. The other 4 books were really not to my taste. And I kind of wanted to be snotty. Says, "Can I only nominate 2?" But no, I did not try that. I just had to rank the ones I did not like in whatever order I thought I could rank them in. But Northwood was good. I'm surprised it did not win. I thought it was going to get like the bronze prize or the silver.
Which one? I didn't hear.
Northwoods. I thought it was going to win the bronze or the silver.
Well, what was your second favorite?
My second favorite was called Lone Women by Victor Laval. It was a horror novel, and I knew right off the bat it was not going to make it to the final round. Not because it was a bad book, it's because it's a horror novel, and it's not going to make it through all the rounds of the BookTube prize. We got another question from Bad Floss. Floss, what is the most precious sentimental thing you have in your library?
Oh, God, I'd have a hard time answering that.
Sentimental thing. I'm going to say it's nothing. It's nothing. Up in that corner is a little wooden doggy and a little wooden person bending down to kiss her wooden doggy. I would say that because I love my dog so much. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what I'm going to do without him. I got him from New York. They posted on Facebook that he was a puppy and they were going to put him down. And I said, he's beautiful. How could they do that? And then they did it the next day. And my husband was like, no more dogs. Because at one time we had 9 animals.
Oh, wow.
And so no more. And then I don't listen to him. And so I'm like, they say they're going to put this dog down. So I filled out an application and I thought they're not going to give them to me because I already have 8 animals. They're going to think I'm raising like a farm. But all they cared is I didn't have a criminal background and I had a fence around the yard. And they called me and they said, he's yours if you want him. And I'm like, my husband was working late, so he couldn't take me. So I said to my brother-in-law, if you drive me to New York from Pennsylvania, I will pay for your gas. I will buy you snacks, whatever. And he said, yeah, I'll do it. And so me and my sister and my brother-in-law drove. And I didn't know if I was going to name him Theodore. That's my father's name. Or if I was going to name him Fabian from Laverne and Shirley when Fabian visited. I went with Theodore Fabian Harrison. And I didn't know what to expect when I was going there, but they said we were never going to kill him. We were a no-kill shelter. I don't know who posted that. But anyways, I brought him home, introduced him to my other 2 dogs. Everything was fine. brought him up. He followed me upstairs as a puppy, got in the bed. He laid right next to me, put his paw on my arm, and I started crying. And I said, I don't know what I'm ever going to do without you. And then I said, cut the shit, Floss. You don't even have him a week and you're already planning the future. But that's just how much I love him from day one.
Well, Floss, you send me a photo, I'll make a drawing of him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I draw animal portraits for people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, Floss, I see it a lot on Instagram and this app called Nextdoor, where people are posting pictures of animals that need to be adopted. So this is a kill shell. And I get so angry. I mean, I know they're trying to get animals adopted out, and I know they're probably really full. And I worry because I have 4 cats. That's really a good number for 2 adults in the house.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It is. But I just don't want to. I was going to volunteer at an animal shelter, and I said I can't volunteer at an animal shelter.
I don't think I could either.
But because I would be coming home, with the 15-year-old cat that was dropped off. And what's a shelter? I mean, really, what is shelter going to do with a 15-year-old cat?
Yeah.
And so who knows? Maybe I'll get one anyway. Someone's going to. Because I live in a 55+ community, and there's some old people with old cats, and someone may just come to a door with a carrier and go, "Here you go."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question: would you ever reread Geek Love or read anything else by that author?
Me?
Yeah.
I read that.
Bad as asking you a question, or she may be asking me the question because I've read Geek Love.
I've read it.
I like Geek Love, but I am a forward moving freight train. Nothing wrong with going back, but life is short and there's too many books, and I've already had my experience with it. And there are ones like I would like to read Halloween Party. I like it, seasonal. I've seen the television, the movie, A Christmas Story a gazillion times. But I will read that book again and again. I love it.
Yeah, I have another book by her, Addict, as an audiobook that I want to read sometime in 2025.
Yeah.
It's short. It's like a 5-hour book, so it's not like it's a huge commitment.
Oh, sure.
But I think Geek Love is one of my favorite novels. I really like that book. I do. The things you notice in retrospect. I think I've lost the train of thought. The comments. Greg, can we get a closer look at what Floss has in that room?
What do you want to know?
You can't ask me. You got to ask her.
Yeah, zoom in, Greg.
Tell me what you want to know, and I'll close up on it in a video or something.
Libro Paradiso. Hello.
I know. You can make a video showing us what's inside your library refrigerator.
You know what? I have
wine.
I'm going to tell you. No, I always have a bottle of wine in there. Heck yes. Water, and I'm not a soda drinker, right? I haven't had soda in so long, and I don't like diet soda, but my sister is a big diet soda drinker, Diet Coke fountain. And she tried that new Oreo Coke.
Oh.
It's Diet Oreo Coke. And I was like, no. And she's like, just try it. And they're only little cans. And I tried it and I was like, no, I'm not getting anything from this. But then my brain went the next day, well, maybe you should have another one. And I did. And then, so I have Diet Oreo Coke in here too.
Oh.
I haven't seen that.
The only food in here is carrot coins and baba ganoush, and that's it.
Excellent.
So Diane says that's a sweet story. I love hearing how people built their libraries. I have just converted my daughter's room into a library and love it.
Good for you.
Cool.
Pat, the Grape Jelly Library. What a great story. Thanks for sharing.
Absolutely.
Reading this life, I took your advice this morning, your live stream about the community tab, and I just posted a poll. I already have 4 votes. So thank you for your advice.
Yeah, community tabs are cool.
Awesome story, Floss. Hello, Lee.
Hey, Lee.
Now that was a great story. Absolutely loved it. Thank you for sharing. My father went cold turkey back in the mid-'60s, substituting roasted peanuts for cigarettes. I guess that would work.
Sure.
Patricia's neither, too. Vegetarian. Diane, turkey or cranberry?
Both.
So read by Fred. Flossy is at 999 subscribers.
Again?
Let's bump her up to 900. Yeah, let's let someone, if you're not subscribed to the Grape Jelly Library, you click on the name with your mouse, and you'll give you a drop down, say open channel.
Give me that number again, because I don't think I heard it.
999 subscribers.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's something.
Yeah.
I have to say thank you.
More money, more money, more money. Get that YouTube money.
Alan, there's not a whole lot of money from book 2.
There's not. Well, and what the hell am I doing here? More coffee.
Yeah, I'm just to the point where I'm making a little bit with my monetization, but it's like I can go out and buy myself a book. Maybe a couple of them, but
Yeah, people send me stuff. That's what I like, and I like all my friends from around the world.
Mac and cheese, beans are the best parts. She says you're at 900 now.
I'm at 900.
That's what Kaju says. Constantly, you had to be forced to eat Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, I was forced to eat Thanksgiving dinner. I've never been a big foodie. I've always been very picky about what I eat. Hannah, I'm usually a vegetarian, but pulled pork is my occasional exception. I like beef brisket. That's my barbecue sin.
You guys would love real ribs at the corner. I could walk to it.
Yeah, hooray, says that you got there. Diane, I like ham and pineapple at Easter. Smoked Gouda is so good.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Gouda, but I like it with turkey and on a bagel.
Shannon's Channel's Facts.
The Grape Jelly Library.
I love the charcuterie board cheeses and meat. I don't see, that's the kind of stuff I don't ever want to touch, is like a charcuterie board with cheeses.
903. She's up to 903.
Excellent.
Can we make it 905? Come on.
Thank you.
Elvis is thought to have been completely devoted to his mother. This is surprising.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're big fans, but Flossy's a bigger fan than me. But I'm a big
I
fan.
think, my father was a fan, and I think that is my very first memory of life, is just an Elvis album.
Cool.
Yeah, and I was probably 3.
Kaju, this is such a great live. Really enjoying hanging here with you guys. Well, we enjoy having people in the comments. Now, again, if you're in the comments and you want to join this show, drop us a note and we will get you on the schedule to join the show. You do not have to be a big channel.
No.
You don't even really have to have a channel. I'm guessing if you want to join in live and talk books, we will let. What's your favorite phrase, Alan? Commenters extraordinaire.
Yeah.
You can do that too.
Commenters extraordinaire. Yeah, we're booked up till February, though. I'm looking at the
Oh, Alan,
schedule.
you got to send me an update.
Yeah.
I don't have the full update.
Yeah, I was talking to MJ today, and he's got a lot of ideas. A lot for like the show and for my channel.
Yep.
I'm not kidding. I'm the last to know anything like for doing stuff correctly, and I don't know why that is.
Yep. Love the community here in BookTube. It really is amazing because like I think we're talking a little bit like on MJ is like a lot of us are introverts that read a lot of books and you don't get to talk to book people in real life. And so we're all forming this community all across the country and the world of people who just love books. And was it MJ's show or I know it's just a commenter about the friends in real life I have in this neighborhood, they're really more acquaintances than friends. But I was talking in the live show, we actually live show you saw was with me, Mark at Book Time and Elvis, Jim at Mystery and Mayhem. And we talked probably an equal amount of time after the live show was done.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I call this my pub night. Because it's if I were near a pub and I was a drinking man, you'd be going down just talking with your buddies, drinking a beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I call it my hobby, or I call Voxer my ham radio because I'm talking to people from around the world like every day.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, Constance has a question. Flossy, what is a nonfiction book you would save from the proverbial fire if you could?
The Honey Bus. The Honey Bus.
The Honey Bus. Okay, I don't know the Honey Bus.
Me neither.
It's a story about a young girl and boy, brother and sister, and their parents are getting divorced. And it was a time where you could put a kid on an airplane and just have them fly destinations unknown by themselves amongst other adults and not worry about it. But anyways, she was upset that her mom and dad were divorcing. And after they did divorce, the father was like absent mostly, and the mom wouldn't come out of her room. She was depressed now, and so she wasn't a part of the children's lives really. And when she wasn't nice. So the children got sent, I believe it was to California, to be raised by the grandmother and the grandfather. And the grandfather raised bees on a yellow school bus and taught her how to care for these bees. And in caring for them, she learned a lot about life. And then she came to find out it wasn't even her biological grandfather, if she thought it was. And when I read those last couple pages, I cried like a baby. And my favorite book is East of Eden, but I'm telling you what, I never reach out to anybody. And I messaged her, instant messaged Meredith May, the person that wrote this book, and she responded back. And I'm running around the house like, holy shit, she answered me. She answered me.
Yeah.
And I still have that instant message. I will never delete it. And I just love that book so much.
And it's called the something bus?
The Honey Bus.
The Honey Bus.
By Meredith May.
Hold on. Let me be. If I don't write this down, I will completely forget it by the morning.
Yeah.
But I used to write authors quite often, and I just wrote Tom Robbins. I got his city address and zip code and the P.O. box number, but it was the wrong. They don't have that station anymore, so it was returned. But now I've got his supposedly new address. So
okay,
we'll see if it see what happens.
Cool.
Yeah, Bad says this community is amazing. It is.
It's like an extended family, you know? It's just very comforting.
It is. I mean, and it's like you get to know everyone, and you worry about people who who've dropped off for a while, and
Yeah.
there's a couple of people I know has some really serious health issues. And
Yeah.
it's like I'm just like, oh Lord, I haven't heard from him in a couple of days. Is he okay?
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
Fred Library Fridge Tour. Sounds like a fun video to make.
Don't forget who came up with the idea.
I'm just thinking of a tag. The Fridge Tour tag.
Yeah, so
The problem is I'd be really frightened to do that tag
yeah,
because let's just say
yeah,
I got to not speak too loud because I don't want my wife to hear. She has a problem about not throwing out expired food. And she says, well, it'll be good for a few more days.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes I just toss it, and then she gets mad and says, why'd you toss that? So that'd be kind of a frightening thing to show on the tour, because you're like, why does this pickle have white juice all around it? Oh, it's mold and mildew.
So let me guess. Do you have any of those? What I don't even know how to pronounce it. Model with the gold tin on them, and those nice models.
Oh, the beer?
Rochelle?
Yeah.
Or
The Modelo beers.
Yeah. Oh, model. No, what do you got in there now?
Actually, I have one German beer in my refrigerator at this point.
Yeah, I know you like good beers.
Mm-hmm. The problem with good beers is, like, when you go out to a restaurant, they're so expensive now.
Oh.
And I'm going like, do I really want to spend $8 for a beer?
That's not expensive.
You can't take it with you, so have a good life.
It's not expensive. $7, $8 normal. Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah.
Portland.
Well, you know, at least we have a brewery here in Fredericksburg, and they have specials where you can get like a 16-ounce mug for like $6 or $5. And it's local home. I mean, they have the vats of beer where they brew it right through a window and you can see it. So that's it.
Yeah. My cousin used to come out here to Portland just for our brew conventions, and Portland has more microbreweries than any other city like in America per capita.
Yep. So OMG, let's get Floss over the hump. I'm sharing my community tag. Okay. Yes, barbecue beef brisket for the win. The best in Texas.
Next time I go to Real Ribs, I'll have the brisket. I usually have the catfish, but
Flossy, I grew up in Memphis near Graceland. Saw him once when he was stopped at a red light next to us.
Oh man.
He was on a big motorcycle and he was super cool.
Oh God.
Congratulations on the 900.
Thank you. Thank
This
you.
community is getting me through the past few days. So thank you. It is. I have neighbors who are not like me, and
yeah, Floss, give me the shirt.
Cool, Alan.
Hannah, what a wonderful show tonight. Just what I needed this evening. Thank you. Good night, Hannah.
Good night, Hannah.
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I
Elaine?
can't talk tonight, everyone. I bit my tongue earlier, and I can't say S. Carry on.
So only author I wrote to was Shirley MacLaine. Even got a lovely response.
Oh wow, man. That's really cool. I love
have
her.
never written to an author.
No.
Nope. I figure they have their own lives and they probably don't want to hear from me.
Yeah.
Good night, Hannah. Yikes. When I drank barely $2 for a beer, yeah, I think that was a little ways in the past. I mean, I'm fine with like $5 for a beer. And I guess 8 is really not that much different, but there's some sort of psychological barrier once you cross that $6 mark. We're going like, I can just buy beer at the grocery store and drink it. It's like $2 a bottle. So Elaine says, "I love Shirley MacLaine." Oh, we are done with the comments. Yay! So Alan, what have you been now? We're an hour and 15 minutes into the show. What have you been reading?
Well, along with you, I'm in the Anton Chekhov group. So I read The Seagull, and I watched The Seagull, and I did like a mini deep dive into it. So, and into Chekhov and his life. So I've been reading that. But what else? I'm trying to think. I've been reading Percival Everett's So Blue. Is that the title of it?
What?
I had it up here. We're about a black painter. He's a painter, and he's got a daughter. Yeah, it's called So Much Blue. Percival Everett.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good book. But yeah, I'm in a mini slump. I'm busy doing art, having a good art week. But I'm looking forward to this.
Excellent. For me, I have.
What about you?
Well, this is my Monday the 5th is my first of the Read What You Own challenge beginning.
Oh.
My page count.
Mhm.
And I originally thought I was going to try to do it in 20 weeks, which is 1,250 pages a week, or like 179 pages a day, which is doable. But last week I was just not getting a lot reading done. And I just said, I'm just going to make this a 25-week challenge. I don't care. Just lower it down. It's going to be about 149 pages a day, which is really doable. But last week I read a couple interesting books. I read this for the band.
Oh, I love that book.
I'm with the band group. The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. I liked it okay. I think I liked it less than most people in the group. And I think the reason is I think most of the people were a lot more in tune and accepting of reading a young adult book than I am. I just felt that the audience was people like under 18 years old. The narrator is 14, and you have to sort of like get onto your 14-year-old brain again.
Mm-hmm.
And why I thought there's a lot of interesting stuff in this book. You can't really see this. It did not grip me as strong as it did other people. And we're discussing a little bit why was this book so banned so frequently in the United States. There's a little bit of talk of sex in the book. They'll talk of 14-year-old boys playing with themselves,
There's birth control in it. A rubber, maybe a prophylactic. No,
I don't remember that. But the real reason I think it's banned so much is that the author is really rather upfront about the racism he experienced as a Native American and going to an all-white school and how the all-white parents think about him.
Basketball team.
It's part of that too. There's one character. There's two characters with the letter E. One is Eugene. One is Earl. I think it's Earl that's the racist, and he's just mean. And I think they get it banned because there's a lot of white people who sort of agree with Earl and would be very mean to non-white kids going to an all-white school. And they don't want their kids to see that they are the bad guys. So they say, well, you just don't read it.
Yeah.
We'll just pretend this racism does not exist. That's why I think this book is banned so much.
I really liked it. I bought it and given it away to 2 people. I live in a Native American community, so I buy it again. But what else?
What else? This is one of the most odd books. This is Kafka. Now, if you notice, the author is not listed as Franz. The author is Nishiyoko Coyote. It's basically a graphic novel. It was originally published in Japanese and was translated in English. And it is a graphic stories of some of his most famous stories.
Nice.
And of course, his most famous is The Metamorphosis. And that's the story of the guy who was turned into a giant bug.
In bed, yeah.
And Kafka, when it was published, was really adamant that it was published. He did not want any illustrations showing the bug. So they had to do this the author chose to write the story not showing the main character. So it's always seen from other people's perspective of what their expression is looking in at what they're seeing. So you never get to see the main character. So it was okay. I mean,
point of view, that's a good concept.
It is. I don't think it was great. I mean, if you were just picking it up, never having read Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis, I don't think you would appreciate that story. It's really that different perspective. So, and then I know, Alan, you've read this.
Oh yeah, I have that.
This is another interesting.
Yeah.
Story. This is Crime and Punishment. It gets all the basics and all the main storylines down in this graphic novel. It's not always clear what's going on. Again, if you had not read Crime and Punishment before, there's some illustrations of like a man beating a horse. If you've read the book, you know that. What?
What about a man beating his mother?
Not beating the mother. When Raskolnikov is a young man, he witnessed. In the original novel, he witnesses a man beating a horse to death, and it moved him terribly. And it is sort of thrown in the book, and because I know the story, I know exactly what's going on. But again, it's not clear to the.
Here's it.
That's not the mother. That's the old pawnbroker that he murders. It's not his mother.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
His mother does show up.
The violence. It was a little violent, more violent. I'm trying to find the horse, but are you going to say anything more about this?
No. I mean, the other thing is that he's updated it. So it's no longer set in Tsarist Russia. It was set in the Soviet Union of 2002. Well, I guess they were no longer the Soviet Union in 2002. They had gone back to being Russia.
Right. So there's television in it and things like that.
It's pretty good. It's if someone wanted to reread Crime and Punishment again, like a second rereading, this would be a good thing to read first because it would refresh your memory and get that storyline down straight. So when you pick up the book again, you can go through Dostoevsky's denseness, because it's a very dense novel, and this one is like cuts to the chase. So it would help people out that way. And those are just some of the things that I read last week.
Flossy, are you still with us?
I am listening. I'm learning. I have not read. No.
You have not read Kafka or Dostoevsky?
No.
I like Dostoevsky a little more than Kafka, but Kafka, if you have the right existential attitude, you might like him. The Trial I like a lot.
The Trial is one of my favorite novels.
Oh, I didn't know that. Didn't know you liked it that well.
I do. For someone just going into Kafka, you can probably get this at your local library. Get a anthology of his short stories and read The Hunger Artist.
Oh yeah. How can I forget that?
I mean, that's like a 12-page short story.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a huge commitment, but it will show you a lot of what Kafka is.
Yeah, that's a good one. The Hunger Artist.
All right, let's got some more comments. Reading This Life. I wrote to her after reading Saging While Aging. Great read. Okay, I'm going to head out as I have to get ready to live stream for the NetGalley November. Okay, Nicole, you got your own live stream.
Thanks, Nicole.
Going through my notes. Woohoo! One more book to go, and I will have 24 and 24. She's talking about her banned book challenge. Excellent going there, Elaine.
Yes.
I may not make 24. I may be at like 22 or 23.
Yeah, I'm not going to make my yearly Goodreads challenge, but that's okay. I read like 65 books.
Okay. So here is Angela 405. Floss, I also read Henry after you reviewed it. I loved it too.
Yeah.
Any celebrity memoirs or autobiographies coming up on your Read What You Own TBR? FYI, just checked, and you were at 906. Yay.
Yeah. 3 more.
So I felt compelled to read this book. Now let me see if I can remember her name. Ronnie Spector. I want to know what it's like living with Phil, what he did, and what she saw in him. So I'm going to be reading that one.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one. I'd like to read that. John Lennon's going to be appearing there for sure. So I'd like to read that.
Coda. Hello, Coda.
Hi, Coda.
Floss, Coda. People saying hi. Your book. Yep. He's talking to MJ. So Bob can read. So this is where all the cool kids hang out, huh? On a Monday night. Why not? Coda, you need your newbie tag stat. You need to hit 1K. Well, I tell you, I did this video about the 12 horror novels I want to reread. And for me, it's just like it took off like 5,000.1 views, and I've gained like 70 or 80 subscribers from that. So it's just like, what did I do to get the, so it's like YouTube just threw me a bone.
Huh? Yes. Excellent.
Hi, Bob can read. People saying hi. Sending good vibes for your live, Dusty. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Nicole. Crime and Punishment free read. Interesting, Greg. Farah. Here's Libro. Kafka's Metamorphosis has had a profound influence on major 20th writers from Nabokov, Borges, Garcia Marquez, Milan Kundera, to name a few. I totally agree.
Yeah.
It was just something in that man's mind that was completely unique. And he published so little in his lifetime. It's all a lot of it was posthumous. MJ will make an effort. Been rereading Alan Moore's early masterworks, Miracle Man, V for Vendetta, and The Watchmen. I finished yesterday morning, started Swamp Thing today. Brilliant comics that changed the medium. Have you read Jerusalem? I was going to ask Libro. That is, I don't know if that's his only novel, but it is quite an amazing novel. And a lot of people, I don't know if they will be able to get through that novel. It is just, well, first of all, it's like 1,200 pages long. Hold on, let me give the visual display.
Yeah, I have not read that. I've read From Hell. But he read that
From
way.
Hell is also a good one.
Yeah.
But this is the novel. And when I say 1,200 pages, they're not small pages. This book is like really almost too heavy to hold and read.
Yeah, it's big.
It's big. You can get it on ebook. You can get it on audio. They have a 3-volume paperback where they just divide that up into 3 books, and that's probably much better than my hardcover.
I don't know if I'll read it. I don't know. I'd almost rather read JR again.
Maybe next year, not this year, but maybe 2026.
Yeah.
MJ, I read Metamorphosis a while back. Isolating meaning of life, powerful words. 1 is better than none, but 24 is amazing.
Yes.
Diane, I'm going to take your advice for that graphic novel reread of Crime and Punishment. Greg, thanks. I've never read a graphic novel.
Oh.
It's,
I like them.
It's a good place to start.
Do you want me to show you my first graphic novel?
Sure, show
right here.
Go get it.
What?
It's my favorite.
I can't read the I will judge you by your bookshelf. Is that a children's book or is that?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a good read. I like the title.
I don't know that I've never heard of that one before.
It's funny.
Hold on, let me go put this back in my book thing.
Have you ever read Mouse? Floss?
What was that?
MAUS.
No, I have it. I haven't gotten to it.
Yeah, well, there you go. You have it.
I got it when you all read it. Then I went out and got it.
Yeah, I've read that few times and always read it. Well,
it's a tough book to get through. But I have I put that on my wish list of books to get later once I'm off the Read Your Own challenge.
Yeah.
Constance, I love Josephine the Singer. That's Franz Kafka's story. Saw a play adaptation that was riveting. All the actors were on roller skates. The end broke my heart. Okay, that's just unique. But, sometimes you do that on the stage and try new things.
Starlight Express was a musical on roller skates, Broadway.
Fred, this has been great. Have to work tomorrow, so I'm off to bed. Congrats on hitting the 900 count, Flossy.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Fred.
Fred. Thank
See you
so
later,
much.
Fred. Saying goodbye to Fred. People saying goodnight. Moore put out a novel before Jerusalem called The Voice of Fire. I will have to look that up because I really like Jerusalem. Going to read before falling asleep. Good night, friends. Good
night.
night, MJ. Love Kafka. Gotta go though. Falling asleep. Good night, Gareth. You know, it's going to be dawn in your part of the world pretty soon.
Like 2 a.m. there now, isn't it?
Let's find out. Alexa, what time is it in London, England?
In London.
2:35 a.m. So I guess he's got a few more hours before dawn.
Yeah, I stay up late.
Yeah.
I stay on a night owl.
See, I can't stay up late anymore. You know, once I hit like 11:30, I'm off to bed.
I take naps during the day, though.
Oh, I still take naps.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could sleep 8 hours stretch. I wish I could sleep 4 hours, but I just wake up and then I start doing stuff.
Okay, well,
sucks kind of. I'm having surgery next year, like sinus surgery. Hopefully.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I know 2 people who've had it. They rave about it. My father's had it, and another friend. Deviated septum type surgery.
So, Libro, I have Jerusalem. We'll one day get to it. We'll begin reading his short story collection, Illuminations, later this week. Good night, MJ and everyone.
Good night.
Oh, here says Angela says, Floss, you will love Mouse.
Okay.
I think it is the best graphic novel that I've ever read.
Okay.
It's very powerful story, and you know it has to do with the Holocaust.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've read many books on that subject, so I'm okay with that.
Have you read the Tattooist of Auschwitz?
The what?
Tattooist
yes, I have. Yes, Alan.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Boy on the Box, I believe, and quite a bit. The Choice, yeah, quite a bit. I actually think that might be my favorite go-to history type of book. I like that, and I like books about like Cuba, Havana, Fidel, Che. That I like that.
Oh.
That's interesting. I have not read a whole lot about that. So I did read a biography of Che Guevara once. And it was interesting. I mean, it was pretty good.
I read the book Che, and then after that,
I think
just
was it a biography?
What was that?
Che?
Yeah.
It's probably the biography I read too.
Yeah. And then I just went and bought everything. The Motorcycle Diaries, I just bought everything.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Picked up Illuminations. I'm looking forward to reading. Good night for all right. We're down at the end of the comments again. We've been on here for an hour and 38 minutes.
Yes.
So maybe it's about time to call it a night, you think?
Yes. Alan's probably starving.
My voice is gonna give out soon.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Definitely time to call it a night. So Flossy, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, boys.
Showing up.
Thank you.
Thank you for everyone in the chat room for hanging out in the comments and listen to us chat on our pub night.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, start tomorrow.
Okay, everyone.
All right.
Have a great evening.
Good night, everyone.